scientists have isolated Acanthamoeba, a potentially brain-eating amoeba, from water pumps in the Philippines. Together with Naegleria, Acanthamoeba is a free-living protozoan that can be found in almost any environment, such as in moist soil, lakes, marine waters, even in swimming pools, and in some studies, even from dust. While having the ability to live off eating bacteria and fungi in the environment, contact with humans can cause several human diseases. Acanthamoeba can cause granulomatous amoebic encephalitis or GAE, a potentially highly fatal type of disease wherein the amoeba can actually creep up from the nose into the brain and directly damages the brain. But in most cases, Acanthamoeba causes Acanthamoeba keratitis, which is a disease more commonly seen in patients who use contaminated water to improperly clean their contact lenses. In such cases, patients can actually go blind from eye infections caused by the amoeba. In even rarer cases, the protozoan can cause disseminated cutaneous infections, especially when they get into contact with breaks in the skin. I've made an old video on this amoeba and you can check it out from the link in the description below. This video is a quick review of the research study entitled Detection of Acanthamoeba Species in Groundwater Sources in a Rural Area in the Philippines by Padua et al. And published in the Journal of Water and Health in 2023. So what the authors did was take 54 water samples from 18 water pumps in several barangays in the coastal town of Masinloc from the province of Zambales in the Philippines. And when I say water pump, I mean manual water pumps, which taps groundwater, which the people use as their main source of fresh water for various purposes. The authors even described some water pumps as unhygienic. After collecting water samples, they tried to culture specifically for Acanthamoeba using non-nutrient agar plates, and they seeded it with E. coli as the food for the protozoan. And they used microscopy and genetic sequencing to confirm the presence and even the strain of the cultured Acanthamoeba. 6 out of 54 of their groundwater samples showed positive amoebic growth after 2 weeks of incubation. These samples came from 2 out of 6 sample sites. Light microscopy revealed the traditional double-walled or star-shaped cystic stages, while the motile trophozoites exhibited Acanthapodia. In terms of strain, their samples resembled Acanthamoeba astronixis, Acanthamoeba hatcheti, and Acanthamoeba genotype T4. The authors discussed the possibility of groundwater contamination of the Acanthamoeba-positive water pumps, especially given the physical conditions of some of the water pumps in their study. While you most likely cannot get sick from Acanthamoeba by drinking contaminated groundwater, these sources of fresh water can be used for other activities like bathing or washing, and given the right conditions, these activities can make you prone to the different Acanthamoeba infections that we discussed earlier. Now, to end, the author suggested revisiting or hopefully updating the local national water standards to include screening of pathologic protozoans from freshwater sources and to update case definitions for free-living amoeba infections in the country. And as a side note, I searched for the incidence of Acanthamoeba infections in the Philippines, and a study by Milanez et al. In 2022 reported on only 13 confirmed cases of Acanthamoeba infections in the country in the past 36 years, despite Acanthamoeba being found in numerous water sources across multiple study sites. So are there really only a handful of cases in the Philippines ever? Or are these numbers just due to underreporting or poor case finding? Write your comments below. And see you in the next video.
And I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase.